Alright guys, Tom here, and welcome to a new video. So today, I'm going to be reviewing WWE SmackDown 2013, and this was the event, which was in Boston, Massachusetts. And to be honest, the crowd was really dead, but we did have a return to SmackDown for Triple H. Now, this SmackDown was okay. I thought it was pretty good. I think some of the things they did do was very original and quite edgy at times, but some of the things were very dead, and especially the crowd was very dead, except when Fandango came out, which didn't help some of the segments that they did do. But we started off with Dolph Ziggler in the ring, and basically he just came out by saying he's going to do things his way, and it's his time. It's time for him just to basically take over SmackDown, especially. He did main event tonight against Chris Jericho. So it's his time, and he's going to do things his way and on his terms. We got one person who came out who was Jack Swagger. Sepp Coulter was speaking for Jack Swagger and basically said that, well done to you. You're doing proud for America by defeating Alberto Del Rio. But at the end of the day, it was Jack Swagger who did help you win the World Heavyweight Championship by breaking or hurting Alberto Del Rio's leg, and that how helped him win the World Heavyweight Championship when he cashed in on Monday Night Raw this previous Monday. So Jack Swagger then decided that he was going to come in the ring and take on Jack Swagger right here, right now, but then he realised that Big E Langston and Dolph Ziggler were prepared to fight him, so he backed down and walked out. And then Dolph Ziggler carried on talking even more, and then Alberto Del Rio came out, and Del Rio basically announces that he's proud that Dolph Ziggler won, and he knows how it feels to cash in his Money in the Bank, because of course he cashed in his Money in the Bank in 2011, and I believe Survivor Series 2011 may have been, no, it was SummerSlam 2011, I remember watching that live, and he cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase. So he said he wants his rematch, but he's not particularly sure when, and then he just walked out. And then Chris Jericho came out. The crowd was really behind Chris Jericho, and the crowd did actually start to turn on Dolph Ziggler when Chris Jericho did finally come out, because, to be honest, Del Rio's face isn't that convincing. But when Jericho came out, everybody was behind Jericho. He laughed at Ziggler and said that Booker T had announced the match between Dolph Ziggler and Chris Jericho for the main event tonight, which sounded absolutely epic, and the match was pretty good at the main event. The first match, however, was Team Hell No defeating the Primetime Players. Now, the reason why I didn't like this SmackDown that much was because, like most SmackDowns, the matches are rather predictable. So this match was ridiculously predictable. I mean, I don't like how the Primetime Players are used. I mean, they have a lot of potential, and to be honest, the match was good. Pretty standard short match for Daniel Bryan and Kane. Daniel Bryan managed to win with the no-lock. Kane got his chokeslam, and to be honest, they always end the match in the similar way. Either the dive-in headbutt Chris Benoit style from Daniel Bryan, a chokeslam from Kane, and they get the 1-2-3 victory. I can't remember the last time Team Hell No actually lost a match, which, to be honest, they're getting kind of boring, and I am predicting them to lose to The Shield at Extreme Rules, and I've done a video for later today about that. The first real match was the Intercontinental Champion, the new Intercontinental Champion, as we should call him, Wade Barrett, squashed Santino Marella. Now, the match was pretty good. I mean, I found myself laughing. I mean, Santino Marella is hilarious, even though, to be honest, he's not really somebody you want to be watching with wrestling, but in his own way, he's quite original how he can actually get me off my seat and laugh a bit. But Wade Barrett, he was doing pretty well, managed to bullhammer Santino Marella. He made a huge splash when he hit him. I'm not sure if he was supposed to actually properly hit him, but it made an awesome sound. Wade Barrett won 1-2-3, and Wade Barrett got the victory. So for that match, it was okay. I'd probably give that match an 8 out of 10, actually. I thought it was pretty entertaining with Santino Marella. Don't really know why. I'm not really sure if I should be finding him entertaining. For the Team Hell No match, I'll probably give that match a 6 out of 10. It was kind of lame. The wrestling was okay in it, but it was very predictable nevertheless. And I mean, at least in the Wade Barrett match, it kind of felt like Santino Marella could possibly win. I don't really know why. But then there was a promo with Sheamus, Booker T, Teddy Long, and Randy Orton, and Booker T announced a handicap match where Sheamus and Randy Orton would team up to face the Big Show. So we had a stare down between Booker T and Teddy Long, because Teddy Long basically said some people do make mistakes, and he was blaming it all on Booker T, that what went wrong on Monday Night Raw when Big Show ruined the match between Randy Orton and Sheamus. And the crowd was going, thank you, Big Show. And Big Show just went on an absolute tear, and there was two really good promos this week. I'll get onto them later, but the Bella Twins and Tamina Snuka defeated the Funkadactyls and the Divas champion Caitlyn. To be honest, Naomi was really good. She was part of the Funkadactyls. She managed to do a springboard crossbody and a hurricanrana, and the ending was really weird. I didn't even see a finisher involved, but one of the Bellas got the twin, got the pin on Naomi after Kayla and Cameron were distracted by the other two. Very strange ending. Meaningless. It was kind of meaningless, building up the feud between the Funkadactyls and the Bella Twins, so we'll have to wait to see what happens between them. But apart from that, the crowd is nothing like last night, as it is a very kid-friendly audience. There have been a lot of failed attempts of chants on Fandango's theme song at this current point. Triple H then comes out and talks about his war at WrestleMania with Brock Lesnar, and then the 3MB come out, which is kind of strange, but nevertheless original. And then guess what happens? The Shield come out, and it looks like it's going to be a 6-on-1, but the Shield start beating up 3MB, which is quite original. And then Kane's music comes out. Team El No comes storming down to the ring, and then it's 3-on-3 between the Shield, Triple H, and Kane and Daniel Bryan. Seth Rollins decides to walk out of the ring, and then the other two, Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, walk out as well. So then it kind of looks like they've backed down, and it does kind of look like we're getting Team El No versus the Shield at Elimination. Sorry, Extreme Rules, I keep saying that. We then get a very short segment between Big Show and Booker T, where Big Show basically starts complaining at Booker T, saying he's very, very biased, and Booker T says, just walk out. But Big Show doesn't and decides to walk out during the match between Randy Orton and Sheamus, which was okay, but Randy Orton and Sheamus are ridiculously... It's just so predictable. Randy Orton got a random RKO out of nowhere. I mean, Big Show did pretty well. He got a spear out of nowhere, which was really, really good. Sheamus then went for the bro kick and managed to knock Big Show out of the ring, and Big Show just walked off for the 10 count, and Randy Orton and Sheamus wins. To be honest, I'd be pretty happy if Randy Orton, Sheamus, and Big Show go 3-on-3 together in a triple threat match at Extreme Rules. I think that match would have great potential. I mean, I do quite like the Big Show, and he put on a very good feud between Sheamus and the Big Show in 2012, and to be honest, I think that would be a pretty good match. We then get a very short segment between Sheamus and Randy Orton where they seem to be pally, and then Sheamus gets interviewed by that new woman. I don't even know if she's got a name, to be honest. And then Mark Henry just clatters Sheamus out of nowhere. I mean, I don't really like how they've been setting up. I mean, it now looks like Ryback and Mark Henry aren't going to have a rematch, but they've set up their feuds really weirdly. I mean, Sheamus has been attacked by Mark Henry, and Sheen has been attacked by Ryback. It's just... couldn't they think of a better way to set up a feud? But that was kind of strange. I mean, Sheamus is on the poster of Extreme Rules, so it's likely that he's going to now face Mark Henry at Extreme Rules, which will be a very good match. I'm actually quite excited about that. Now, the next match was the United States Champion versus the United States Champion Antonio Cesaro versus Kofi Kingston in a non-title match, and back and forth. It was an okay match. I mean, Kofi Kingston was getting absolutely beat up, but then he randomly hit the Trouble in Paradise, which was very botched, and beat Antonio Cesaro. I mean, it gave nothing for Kofi Kingston. He got no pop whatsoever. The match was pointless. I mean, I think they should have given the win to Antonio Cesaro, because the Trouble in Paradise was absolutely awful. Okay, so after Kingston won, Fandango came out, and apparently half the crowd was singing and half didn't. So half the people didn't even know what was going on. So Dolph Ziggler also came out, and the crowd is confused because he's supposed to be facing Jericho. So the lights go out, and Chris Jericho came out. Fandango is just at ringside to watch the match. So I would have kind of liked it if he went on commentary, but nevertheless, we got Dolph Ziggler versus Chris Jericho. So you had Big E Langston, AJ, and Fandango, and his dancer next to him. So we had 4 people at ringside, 2 people in the ring. Jericho had nobody that actually liked him. It was a really, really good match, great match, fought match with many near falls, but I think Big E Langston distracted Chris Jericho. Ziggler won with a roll-up pin, and then Jericho got attacked by Big E Langston from his finisher, and then Fandango started beating up Chris Jericho and hit him with the top rope move. The crowd was singing Fandango's song the whole way through, which is awesome, and it ended with Fandango saying Fandango. So, it was a pretty good SmackDown overall. To be honest, give it a 7/8 out of 10. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.